What's up, everybody? Mount Kid here, coming to you again. How's everybody doing out there? Well, I'm here to basically give you a so far uh, in 15 minutes or so of what's happened so far on ThunderCats. Yes, tonight will air a new episode, which will bring back a classic allies of the cats. So let's get begin, shall we? Okay. So, in the beginning, we start off with basically, we see Lino and we figure out that not only is he very much into technology and everything like that, he is pretty much always outdone by his adopted brother, older brother Tigra. We get to see King Cloudus, and we find out that Cloudus is pretty much the ruler of, the kingdom, and he talks all about the ancient spirits and things like that. And we move on from there. We move on that Thundera, the city on Third Earth, is basically attacked by the lizards, the reptilians. However, we find out that Groon was responsible for basically the coup, basically the infiltration of the city. We also find out that Groon is not so loyal to the kingdom anymore, and we also find out that what looks like Panthro is being held captive by the lizards. It turns out that it is not. Panthro is actually Mumra in disguise as Panthro, and he is the one who kills Cloudus. In the end, basically, the city of Thundera falls to the lizards and Mumra. The rest of rest of the cats, Panthro, Tigra, Chitara, Jaga, and Lino leave the city. Lino is basically notified as the new heir and lord of the Thundercats, and by giving time to escape, Jaga sacrifices himself to give the cats time to escape, and on their quest to find the Book of Omens. Okay, so from there, the next episode we move on to, Lino and Chitara pretty much, and Tigra pretty much have a funeral burial for King Cloudus, and they move on, set to find the Sword of Omens, the Book of Omens. They are met and joined by Wily Kit and Wily Cat, and they actually meet fish-like beings. Pretty much, the captain of the ship is basically like Captain Ahab from Moby Dick, and he is on a quest to destroy this creature known as the Ramlock. And unfortunately, Lino is very angry and upset, and he wants revenge, and he doesn't care about finding the Book of Omens. All he cares about is revenge. And however, in the end, we see that Lino discovers his true purpose, and they continue their quest to find the Book of Omens. Okay. So, the next episode, the lizards are close on the trail of the cats, and they meet some new inhabitants known as the pedalars, and they're like these seed plant-like beings that wither and grow just like plants. They grow, they die. It's a circle of life. And Lino befriends one of them named Emric. And Emric becomes Lino's good friend from the thick and thin. You see him grow up and get older until he dies. Meanwhile, the cats are the lizards are still on the trail of the cats and led by Slythe. And we do get to see Slythe, and pretty much the cats decide to fight the lizards in a final battle, and being outnumbered and outgunned, the cats are rescued by the newly improved Thunder Tank. And in the Thunder Tank is revealed the Panther for the first time, the real Panther. The next episode, we pick up right where that episode leaves off, and the the cats, basically the rest of the kids, try to start a conversation with Panthro, but he's pretty much basically repairing the Thunder Tank, basically. Panthro in the beginning really doesn't care for the authority of Lionel, because even though he is the Lord of the Thundercats, he really doesn't care. And this is where we get the in-depth story of what happened between Panthro and Groon, how they met, what separated them, everything like that. We also get to see that Groon accepted and his loyalty to Mum-Ra in this episode. And in the end, Panthro successfully completing their mission in finding Thundrinium. Panthro finally acknowledges Lionel as the Lord of the Thundercats. Next episode was basically the journey to Tower of Omens. The cats finally reach the Tower of Omens, and this is their first battle with Mum-Ra for the first time. Fully battle. This tower really had a lot of mazes and puzzles that they had to deal with just to get to the top. And in the end, the cats battled Mum-Ra, and they kind of battled them. They did their best to battle Mum-Ra, because Mum-Ra used Jaga as a guide to the cats. He still had Jaga. He used his sorcery on Jaga to make him like a compass, as basically as you want to call it. There was a fierce battle in the tower. Jaga was able to use the last of his bit of his strength to subdue Mum-Ra. He sacrificed himself to save Lionel, and the cats claimed the Book of Omens. But unfortunately, the Book of Omens is a blank inside. It has no writing. It has no words. The next episode, episode 7, after recovering the Book of Omens, Lionel theorizes that the book is mainly technology instead of magic, and he is able to power up the book, and it pretty much takes him back in time to Lionel's ancestor. And this is, once again, we get to see more of how the cats got the third Earth. A little bit of changing. We also get to see that Mum-Ra is after something known as the War Stone, and Mum-Ra has jailed many other humanoids, tiger sharks. This episode pretty much paid homage to a lot of the other classic shows, Silverhawks, tiger sharks, you name it. In the end, we see that there was a coup plotted against Mum-Ra, and that the gauntlet and stones Mum-Ra powered were all under Mum-Ra's care. And that was pretty much the episode of episode 7. Lionel returns to his body and pretty much is convinced. He states that it is now he knows what he must do. So he knows what he must do. Okay? The next episode, 8, which was the last episode that aired, was called The Duelist and the Drifter. This episode pretty much is basically Lionel pretty much travels in the different towns to try to get some supplies, and basically he realized that a lot of the towns don't accept Thundarian currency. And this also ends up Lionel challenging a swordsman known as the Duelist, a professional swordsman who collects swords, to basically after he defeats his opponent. And in the beginning, Lionel pretty much is defeated in this match, and this duelist takes the Sword of Omens. On the way, there's a special drifter who seems to always be around when to talk to Lionel. We find out that this drifter was once a great swordsman, um, and swordscrafter who lost his swords to the duelist and this drifter actually helps Lionel reclaim the Sword of Omens from the duelist. And in the end, Lionel is able to retrieve all the swords, give the sword that he lost and the sword that the drifter, who is basically, and the duelist, the uh, the the drifter basically takes all the swords that the duelist had, and he goes on a quest to basically return all the swords back to their rightful owners. And that is pretty much what has happened so far, guys, on ThunderCats 2011, I should say. And tonight, October 28th, we get a new episode. And basically, like I said, the 9th episode will basically reveal another classic allies to the Cats. So if you've been watching the ThunderCats for a long time, as I have, do your research. And who was another great ally to the Cats that helped them a lot adjust to Third Earth and things like that? If I give you too many clues, you'll know who it is. But that's basically what has happened so far on ThunderCats. And can't wait for tonight's episode. And just wanted to say, this is Mom Vernon Kid saying peace, one love, stay tuned, keep it real, guys. Take care.